It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. The ends justify the means. Men should be either treated generously or destroyed, because they take revenge for slight injuries. For heavy ones they cannot. Never was anything great achieved without danger. One who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. He who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others. There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. Before all else, be armed. Appear as you may wish to be. A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. War is just when it is necessary. Arms are permissible when there is no hope except in arms. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. Whoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. There is nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. Nature creates few men brave. Industry and training makes many. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. God is not willing to do everything and thus take away our free will and that share of glory which belongs to us. Men ought either to be indulged or utterly destroyed, for if you merely offend them, they take vengeance, but if you injure them greatly, they are unable to retaliate. We cannot attribute to fortune or virtue that which is achieved without either. He who neglects what is done for what ought to be done sooner effects his ruin than his preservation. A return to first principles in a republic is sometimes caused by the simple virtues of one man. People should either be caressed or crushed. If you do them minor damage, they will get their revenge. But if you cripple them, there is nothing they can do. If you need to injure Simone, do it in such a way that you do not have to fear their vengeance.